Hey everybody, it's Deirdre, and I want to let you know that there's a lot going on around people and getting triggered. I just sent out an email the other day, and I had I think it was 1,300 people respond, giving me details about where they're challenged, where they're upset, what triggers them. And in fact, that's on top of over, I think it was 2567 was the last number I recall from 2 weeks ago that had responded. So I have been diving deep into listening and hearing what people have to say. And, you know, none of us like to get triggered. I don't like to get triggered. I am sure you don't like to. And there are different kinds of triggers, right? There are some triggers that we can deal with, and there are definitely triggers that are just horrible. Like we hate them, don't we? Like they're the last thing in the world we want. We don't want to put our bodies through it, but it seems like it happens to us and we don't have control over it. And then there are also those kind of triggers that are so chronic, they're laid into us, they're almost invisible to us, and makes life really complicated. We get confused by it. So I've been looking through everybody's comments, reading every single one, looking back to the ones from a couple of weeks ago, and I'm looking for patterns. And what came up was this whole thing about triggers, right? This is what is so prevalent in people's worlds right now. You know what it is. Like you're in it, it's just like I am. We're stuck in one place. We could be feeling claustrophobic. I can't even say the word right. Claustrophobic. Some people are feeling trapped or out of control, and like somebody said, I want to burst out of the bubble I'm living in. Now, of course, there are other people who actually like having this confinement and not having to interact with people, but they're getting triggered in other ways. Like maybe their stuff is coming up in other ways. And then there are also people who are in relationships that are complicated or causing trouble, because everybody's stuff is coming up in one way or the other. So it is hard. It's hard. So we all know that it's hard to stay present and be in the moment, to recognize when we're activated and we start playing out these old patterns, right? And when that happens, we feel disconnected from our true, authentic presence and way of being. So what we need are these more nourishing approaches to getting triggered, which I call a different kind of flattening the curve. Instead of being like disrupted, it's like, how do we even out that curve? So we learn to surf the turbulence of life, go the rise, the crest, and the fall of every little cycle of life. Because we're in the midst of life and it's going to take us for a trigger. So we have to be connected inside to our body, our mind. We have to access our heart, learn to listen to the wisdom that comes from inside so that we can be with life the way it's unfolding in whatever way it does. And certainly we are in the cauldron of it all, like given the perfect opportunity. Don't we hate that? But the perfect opportunity to see what's happening now. So I'm creating this short course. I wasn't sure what to call it, a short course, a micro course, an intensive, an online intensive, but it's going to be about resolving triggers. It's going to happen live. I'm going to be there coaching you and being with you as we go through it next week. It's going to go Monday through Friday for 5 days. It's going to be short. It's going to be really cover a lot of stuff that I haven't actually covered in some of my recent courses. So it's an add-on. It's stuff that I've been thinking about and organizing and developing. And, people who've taken some of my recent courses have just found it so helpful. Right now, the Becoming Safely Embodied Skills course is happening, and people are getting so much out of it that it's really mind-boggling. It's such a gift to me to see. But I want to keep finding new ways. So I'm creating this short course for people who weren't able to take that course and are looking for other kind of ways of help so that you can get the same kind of help and support. Like somebody who wrote and said, thank you for helping me in my depression. You've got some incredibly powerful ideas. Or somebody else said, Deirdre, you're such a gift. Thank you for these offerings, for your generosity and your wisdom, and for all the people who are participating. They're getting so much from that. So what I want to let you know is that I have learned and really teach people about how triggers that even when they're disruptive, They are designed to be a catalyst for change, to have you have the life that you want. And since I've been round and around these cycles many times, I figured some things out, and that's what I want to share with you. And I'm going to be teaching some of the practices that have helped me flow with what's going on, the practices that other people are using that are so helpful. And it's all about finding a way to let these disruption, these triggers of our life actually be a doorway to transformation. So that's what I'm going to do. There's a free PDF that I just put in the comments so you could get a taste of what's going to be there, the sense of what's there. There's a checklist in there about triggers and what to do when you're triggered. So there, I tried to make it as robust as possible, and the course is actually going to even be even more. So you'll have that there. Yeah. To get the PDF is dfay.com/triggered, because you're going to get over being triggered. You're going to know how to deal with your triggers. So that's what that's all about. So I'll give you the link again, but that's all there. And feel free to post questions. Add your questions. When you do the PDF, I'm going to ask you to just give me your thoughts of what else you're needing, and join the other, I don't know, 1,300 people. That was yesterday, so it's probably a lot more at this point. But all your feedback then helps me refine what I'm doing so that I can help you more. That's the whole point of it. And then when you give your email, I'll send you the PDF. And then if you want information about the course, we can send that to you too. And that'll be great, because I'd love to be with you in the course and help you use what life is dishing out right now in a way that's much more satisfying and nourishing, so you have more of the life that you want to live. That's the whole point, isn't it? It is so hard to be triggered all the time. So, my dears, great to be with you as always. Oh, and I see Martha's there. Oh my God, it's so wonderful to see you, Martha. I haven't seen you in the, seems like a million years. It's been a long time, but delighted to have you stop by. All right, my loves, and I will talk to you soon. I figure out how to end this. All right, everybody. Bye.